Top 10 Richest Gamblers in the World. Gambling has always been a two-sided sword. It's either you get rich or you get broke, but for some, they only seem to get richer by each dice they roll and each bet they make. Now, before you walk into a casino, there is one thing you need to know. The house always wins. Yep, you can hardly ever beat the house, but these 10 gamblers have mastered the strategy of various casino games and they've made net worths of millions from gambling. So, who are these people? Before we get into that, here's a quick reminder to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe and turn on post notifications to Top Wealth for more great videos just like this. Get your dice rolling, people, and join us as we meet the richest gamblers who play the best odds and keep the roulette wheel rolling. Tony Bloom, aka The Wizard. For Bloom, gambling has been his life since he was a kid. From the age of 8, he had already mastered the fruit machines in the arcade, where he used his pocket money to win more money. This continued into his teenage years. Only at that time, he'd grown beyond fruit machines. Bloom got a fake ID which he used to place bets at the Mega when he was only 15. You see, to be a good gambler, you must either be lucky or be a mathematician. Bloom knew this, and of course, he wanted a combination of both luck and mathematics. While at university, he studied mathematics in Manchester while he remained a hopeless gambler on the side. He became an accountant, later a trader, before he decided to take his numbers to sports and make it professional. Not only is he known at the casinos as a poker legend, but he's also known as one of the UK's top sports bettors. In fact, Bloom owns the biggest gambling consultancy company in the UK. Star Lizard, Bloom's company, makes hundreds of millions of pounds each year. I bet you're itching to know how much Tony Bloom is worth. He's currently worth $1.7 billion. He owes his wealth to his poker career, and according to him, the lessons he learned while playing poker have brought him this far. He's also the chairman of the Brighton and Hove Albion Football Club. Bill Benter. The casino tables can make you rich, but they can't keep you rich. Ask Bill, he'll tell you just that. So, who's Bill Benter, you ask? The most successful gambler of the century. That's who. Bill started gambling when he moved to Las Vegas, aka Sin City, when he was 22. He didn't just walk into a casino to pick a table, he was a typical mathematics nerd who got captivated by Edward Thorp's book, Beat the Dealer. After reading the book, he found himself in the casino a lot, trying to understand the game. While at the casino, Alan Woods, a professional gambler and mathematician, offered him a job to count cards, and a month later, Bill was making roughly $80,000 yearly. Sadly, he was blacklisted from a range of casinos in Vegas. He was that good. Anyway, he moved to Hong Kong with Alan Woods, where he began his newfound career, horse racing. Bill took horse race betting beyond putting down odds on paper. He developed the world's first software-assisted betting algorithm that helps him analyze and win bets in horse races. As for his net worth, Bill is said to make $100 million annually, often making $5 to $10 million in a single race day. He's currently worth $1.3 billion. Edward Thorp. Thorp has made a name for himself as one of the world's greatest gamblers ever. In fact, he was one of the original 7 gamblers that got inducted into the Blackjack Hall of Fame in 2002. I bet you're wondering, how did he get rich through gambling? And how rich is he? Thorp is a mathematical genius. He worked at MIT, specifically the MIT Blackjack team, and it was during this time he learned the theory that the house can't be beaten in gambling. Well, Thorp decided he was going to beat the house. He developed a card counting scheme that could beat the game. Today, it's currently known as Thorp Count. Thorp hit Sin City with his new strategy, and in one weekend he made $11,000. Being the only gambler that beat the house, the casinos tried so hard to get rid of him. In fact, they wanted him out so bad that they altered the accelerator linkage, which would have caused a nasty accident. After beating the house for a couple of years, Thorp moved on to hedge funding and book writing. Today, he's worth $800 million, and most of his earnings were made from his gambles. Zeljko Ranogajec. What is worse than getting banned from all casinos in one country? Getting banned from all casinos in 2 countries. Zeljko Ranogajec was so good at the tables that he got the house pissed in 2 different countries. With a vast knowledge of banking, finance and tax laws, Zeljko was unstoppable when he started playing blackjack and counting cards at the Rest Point Casino. Well, turns out he was stoppable when the Rest Point Casino banned him. He moved to Jupiter Casino and other Gold Coast area gambling establishments, but he was too good to be kept in the house. He found himself in Atlantic City and Vegas casinos, but they all shut their doors on him. Zeljko sought shelter in the stables, and today he rides horse race betting, better than the horses do. He currently has a net worth of 610 million Australian dollars, which is equivalent to 450 million US dollars. And I must add, he was inducted into the Blackjack Hall of Fame in 2011. Billy Walters. Do you know how good you have to be at gambling to maintain a 30-year winning streak? Scratch that. You have to be the greatest of all time, which is exactly how the world has described Billy Walters. Today, he may be one of the greatest sports gamblers in history, but he started off terribly. He placed his first bet when he was 9, and it was on a World Series game between the New York Yankees and the Brooklyn Dodgers, but he lost the bet. That didn't stop him from getting another slip. At the time, he was 22. He'd spent more than half of his salary on sports gambling and lost over $50,000. His gambling success came from a roulette table. He played roulette for 38 straight hours with his friend, and they made $3.8 million before they got kicked out. After making money from the casinos, he returned to his roots, sports betting. He once won $3.5 million at Super Bowl 44 and $2.2 million at USC football. He currently has an estimated net worth of $200 million. Dan Bilzerian. Hugh Hefner may have been the playboy of his mansion, but Dan Bilzerian is Instagram's most popular playboy. It's rare to see famous gamblers flaunt their wealth on social media, but not Bilzerian. He shows the world his chips and his bills. He's a big spender. Now, the truth about his wealth isn't particularly known. He claims most of his wealth is from gambling, but there's also proof of his wealth being family money. As a child, his father set up trust funds for him and his brother. Apparently, his father was a corporate raider on Wall Street. He began gambling professionally in 2007, and by 2008, he was already gambling poker in major league tournaments. He claims to have won over $100 million from gambling. Today, he is worth $200 million. Phil Ivey. When you're called the Tiger Woods of anything at all, it can only mean that you're among the best, and of course the richest. Phil Ivey knows this. Playing poker with his grandfather as a child has paid Phil, as he's one of the richest poker legends of the century. If you're a gambler and you're not hated by big-name casinos, then you're not gambling right. Phil is so rich that he beats the casinos in tough games like Baccarat while using a method which he calls edge sorting. In fact, some casinos even took him to court, demanding that he pays them millions. Phil plays poker in major league tournaments, and he's the youngest player to win 10 World Series of Poker bracelets. He may be young, but he was inducted into the Poker Hall of Fame in 2017. Now, with all these achievements, you must think he's worth hundreds of millions. Well, you're right. He's currently worth $100 million. Chris Ferguson. At this point, I wish I started playing these games as a kid. Just like many of the wealthiest gamblers, Ferguson was only 10 when he picked interest in poker, and he played online games. He went on to make a name for himself by winning 7 World Series of Poker events, including one main event. After he graduated from college, he developed Full Tilt Poker, an online gambling website along with some friends. Sadly, it got suspended after they were accused of taking money from their own customers for personal reasons. The case was dismissed as they agreed to pay back the money they owed the players. Currently, he has an estimated net worth of $80 million. Howard Lederer. Lederer is known as one of the best poker players of recent times. He isn't just known for playing the game, he's also a great mentor. Together with Chris Ferguson and Ray Bitar, he founded the company that created Full Tilt Poker. And just like Ferguson, he has also won 2 World Series of Poker bracelets and 2 World Poker Tours. If you sit on a table with Lederer, he will sweep your pocket dry, and it will only be a mere addition to his current net worth of $60 million. Jonathan Duhamel. If you're not a fan of poker, you may not be familiar with Jonathan, but many know him as the guy who won the 2010 World Series of Poker main event for a staggering $8.944 million. Overall, he's won over $18 million in live tournament earnings. If he makes that just from tournaments, what do you think the regular games will fetch him? Just like every rich and successful gambler, Jonathan studied finance and business administration. When he figured that he could make money from his little knowledge, he dropped out of college and enrolled on the casino tables. Today, he has a net worth of $32 million. Certainly, the net worth of these gamblers has made you rethink your career path. Why wouldn't it? I mean, who wouldn't want to make so much money from making guesses? It may be way harder than that, but it sure looks fun. Keep the comment section buzzing and let us know which of these gamblers you'd like to place a bet with. Don't forget to like this video, ring the notification bell, and subscribe to Top Wealth for more exciting content like this. Thanks for watching.